Welcome to Electrical Technology channel, Basics of Electrical Engineering. In this session, we are going to discuss about all the important formulae regarding electrical and electronics engineering. This formulae important for you whenever you go to competitive examination or any interviews. If you watch this video, you will be able to answer all the questions regarding electrical engineering. Basics of electricity. First, what is electricity? The flow of electrons are called as electricity. Electron. A charge. What is the charge of electron? Electron having negative charge 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. In earlier days you studied this, but remembering all formula in one file, it is important for you. Mass of electron 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kg. Proton. The charge of proton is similar to electron, but proton have positive charge 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. The mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 power minus 21 kg. Mass of protons by mass of electrons, if you divide both, the ratio gives 1840. Now let us discuss about current. Current, what is current? Flow of charges is called current. I equal to dq by dt. I equal to q by t ampere. Charge flow in per second, that is called as current. The unit of current is ampere. Potential, what is potential? Work done by charge per unit charge is called potential. What is the unit of potential is? Everybody knows that volt. Another unit is joules per coulomb. Voltage drop or voltage V equal to IR. Volt or ampere ohm. The another voltage formula for voltage is ampere ohm. I into R. Resistance. What is resistance? Resistance is the property of a substance which opposes the flow of current through it. R equal to rho L by A ohm. That is formula. Where rho is called resistivity unit. Ohm meter. Ohm meter. It is very important. What is the unit of resistivity? Ohm meter. What is 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb equal to how many electrons? 6.25 into 10 power 18 electrons. 1 coulomb is equal to 6.25 into 10 power 18 electrons. Effect of temperature on resistance. It is very important for competitive examination. If you remember this, at least one question will come. Effect of temperature on resistance. In pure metals having positive temperature coefficient of resistance. Positive temperature coefficient will be there in pure metals. Alloys have positive temperature coefficient of resistance. Alloy means mixture of metals. Insulating materials have negative temperature coefficient of resistance. These three important. Pure metals and alloys have positive temperature coefficient. When temperature increases, resistance also increases. That is positive temperature coefficient. When temperature increases, resistance will decreases. That is negative temperature coefficient of resistance. Temperature coefficient of resistance alpha is the formula is RT minus R0 by R0 T into T, where RT minus R0 equal to change in resistance, R0 equal to basic initial resistance, T equal to change in temperature. This formula is very important. We have to remember, at least in competitive examination, from this they will ask the questions. RT equal to R0 into 1 plus alpha T. Let us see what is metal and temperature coefficient. Manganese have temperature coefficient 0.00015 per degree. Constantan have what is the temperature coefficient? 0.00020. Copper temperature coefficient is 0.004. It is very important to this temperature coefficient also. Connection of resistances. In how much manner we can connect resistance, that is series and parallel, two connection possible. series R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Everybody knows that when three resistances are connected in series, R1 plus R2 plus R3. Parallel. In parallel, what is the resistance? R1 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, that is 1 by RAB. Star to delta conversion. Based on star to delta conversion, what is the formula? If three resistances R1, R2, R3 are connected in star, the combination of resistance between RC is R2, R1, R3, then RA is given by, in delta star to delta conversion, RA equal to R1 plus R2 plus R1 R2 by R3, that is opposite. RA, for RA, what are the opposite is R1 R2 are the opposite. The sum plus the product divided by opposite resistance R3, that we have to remember star delta conversion. Similarly RB opposite resistances are R2 R3 sum, R2 plus R3 plus the product divided by opposite resistance is R1, R2, R3 by R1. RC equal to similarly R1 plus R3 plus R1, R3 by R2. Delta to star conversion, let us see. If R1, R2, R3 are star resistances, star connected resistances, RC, RA, RB are the delta connector resistance. How to obtain R1? R1, the combination of resistances RA and RC divided by total resistance RA plus RB plus RC. Similarly, R2 equal to RA RB by RA plus RB plus RC. R3 equal to RB RC by RA plus RB plus RC. This we have to remember in conversion of delta to star. Ohm's law. Everybody knows that Ohm's law. It is very simple. V equal to IR. I equal to V by R, or V by I equal to constant resistance. Power consumption in DC. Power calculation in DC. Power equal to VI, V square by R, I square R watt. Simple formulas. These formulas we have to remember. Power calculation in AC. Apparent power equal to VI, volt ampere, unit is. Active power equal to VI cos phi, watt. Reactive power equal to VI sin phi, VR. The unit of reactive power is kVAR, MVAR, bigger unit. The smaller unit is VR. Reactive power unit or real power or true power unit is watts or kilowatts or megawatt. The power triangle indicates here VI cos phi real power, VI sin phi is reactive power, and apparent power is hypotenuse. Power calculations in AC and power triangle. Current division rule. How the current will be divided, that we have to, interesting topic it is current division rule. Current I1 flowing in the resistance R1 is given by the total current into opposite resistance divided by total resistance, that is I1 equal to total current into opposite resistance divided by total resistance R1 plus R2. Similarly, I2 equal to I into R1 by R1 plus R2. That is the current division rule. Coming to voltage division rule, what are the formulas in voltage division rule? Let two resistances are connected in series. V1 and V2 are the voltages across R1 and R2. V1 equal to V to total voltage V into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. How to remember this? V1 is the voltage across resistance R1 is given by V equal to V1 equal to total voltage into the R1 resistance divided by total resistance. V2 equal to V into R2 by R1 plus R2. That is the voltage division rule. Quantity and different units. If you remember this quantity and different units, if you remember, then you will quantity, charge, coulomb, current, ampere. Everybody knows that. Another unit of current is coulombs per second. EMF, volts, voltage drop, volts, potential difference, volts, resistance, ohm, resistivity is ohm meter, temperature coefficient is per degree centigrade. Power, that means true power is watt, apparent power is volt ampere, active power is watt, reactive power is VAR. Direction of EMF source. This is the direction. When the potential is going from negative to positive, we have to consider negative. When the potential is coming from positive to negative, it is positive. Direction of EMF source. Thevenin's theorem. If you remember theorem, what is theorem of Thevenin's theorem? Any active network converted into single equivalent voltage source and signal equivalent resistance, and both are connected in series. In Thevenin's theorem, V Thevenin and R Thevenin both are connected in series, and wherever we want to find current, that is connected across the Thevenin's voltage. The current through resistance RL is V Thevenin by R Thevenin plus RL, where V Thevenin is Thevenin's equivalent voltage or open circuit voltage. R Thevenin equal to Thevenin's equivalent resistance. Coming to Norton's theorem. Complete network current calculated as Norton's current IN and total resistance is calculated as Norton's resistance. Active network, RL is the load resistance, then current IN equal to R Thevenin equal to RN RL. IL equal to IN into Thevenin's current into RN by RN plus RL. R Thevenin equal to open circuit voltage by short circuit current. The internal resistance of ideal voltage source should be 0. Ideal voltage means there is no resistance in internal. Therefore, ideal voltage source internal resistance will be 0. Internal resistance of ideal current source should be infinity. This we have to remember. Voltage source internal resistance should be 0. Internal resistance of ideal current source should be infinity. It is very important. 1 kWh equal to how many calories? Heat energy it is 1 kWh equal to 860 calories, kilocalories it is. 1 kilocalorie equal to 4184 joules. 1 kilocalorie equal to 4.18 kilojoules. 1 kWh equal to how many joules? 3.6 into 10 power 6. Electrical and network theorems. The network theorems are voltage law and current law, Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law, simply incoming current equal to outgoing current. If I1, I6 are the incoming current, I4 are the incoming currents, outgoing currents are I2, I3, I5. Then I1 plus I4 plus I6 equal to I2 plus I3 plus I5. Number of KCL equations equal to how many nodes are there minus 1, that is number of KCL equations. This is very important formula. Number of Kirchhoff current law equations you can obtain is number of nodes minus 1. Coming to Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law, what is Kirchhoff's voltage law? In any loop, algebraic sum of EMF and algebraic sum of voltage drop will be 0. Summation EMF plus summation IR equal to 0. Number of KVL equations equal to B minus N plus 1, where B equal to number of branches, where N equal to number of nodes. P minus N plus 1, number of KVL equations we can obtain is this formula. Source conversion, source transformation, it is V Thevenin, R Thevenin we can convert into Norton's current, and parallel with that everybody knows that voltage having high resistance, voltmeter or any meter having high resistance. That's why we are connecting in across the phase and neutral, we are connecting voltmeter. Similarly, V Thevenin having high resistance, R Thevenin. that will be converted into Norton's current like this: IN in parallel with R Thevenin. Now IN equal to V Thevenin by R Thevenin. Source conversion. If Norton's current and Thevenin's resistance, then we can convert into V Thevenin R Thevenin series. V Thevenin equal to IN to R Thevenin. Now another theorem, maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power, when will it transfer? V Thevenin square by 4 Thevenin R Thevenin. The maximum power will be transferred at efficiency maximum 50%. Condition for maximum power transfer is R Thevenin equal to RL. Thevenin's resistance equal to load resistance. If it becomes, then only maximum power will be transferred. For AC circuit, what is the maximum power transfer theorem? Z Thevenin equal to R Thevenin plus JX Thevenin. ZL equal to RL minus JXL. For maximum power transfer, ZL equal to Z Thevenin for AC circuits. Superposition theorem. It is applied to which networks? Linear networks only. Non-linear networks, this theorem will not be applicable. It applies when two or more than two active elements present. When active elements are voltage source, current sources, when it has more than two, then only we can apply superposition theorem. It is not used for power calculations. It applies only linear bilateral circuits. This we have to remember. It is very important. Based on this, questions will ask in interviews or any competitive examinations. Reciprocity theorem. The ratio of excitation to response, it is constant when the position of excitation and response are interchanged. The theorem applies only signals active element is present. Single active element is present, then only this theorem can be applicable. V1 network I2, I1 network V2, V1 by I2 equal to V2 by I1. That is the reciprocity theorem. Milliman's theorem. The admittance Y1 equal to 1 by Z1, Y2 equal to 1 by Z2 are connected in parallel on sources E1, E2, E3 like that. Then we can replace entire all the sources with single source E and Z. Then what is E? E equal to summation I equal to 1 to N EI YI divided by summation I equal to 1 to N YI. This is the reciprocity theorem. Sorry, Milliman's theorem. The Milliman's theorem again we were represented here when it is current sources. So many current sources are there. Then we can convert all current sources into C equivalent current I equal to I1 Z1 by Zi. Non-linear active element, it is unidirectional. Linear passive elements, bidirectional, it is the current flow.